Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Julia, I'm a tarot coach and this is your weekly dose of mindful tarot coaching. 3 questions, 6 cards and several interpretations are waiting for you in this short video. As always, I invite you to listen carefully, pick what resonates, and following your intuition, create your own meaning. I like to emphasize this because this is going to be a general collective reading. That's why it is especially important that you translate it to your own life. Alright, this was the usual intro and now we can get started. Well, as always, I would like to first very quickly recap the last week's reading. You may remember that we had a lot of male energy inviting us to go for it and take action. However, the card that I would like to recap again is this time the female card that has shown up as a potential, and this was the High Priestess. And I would like to get back to her because speaking for myself, what happened to me is that I had the last week several very interesting exchanges with women and they were extremely helpful. They have delivered a lot of ideas, impulses, inspirations, and that's why I would like to get back to this card and encourage you to listen not only to your female side but also to your female companions because they have a lot to say. All right, this was the last week and now we can finally take a look at the next week and see what is waiting for us there. All right, if I have to sum up the next week in some bullet points, I would say choices, test, and balance. The main significator of the week is the Fool, which is our great card. You may know that the Fool is all about fresh energy, new beginnings, new inspirations, enterprise, journey, new endeavors, and the like. However, there are 2 especially important aspects, which in my opinion are going to be especially relevant regarding the rest of the cards. The first one is the new potential. I think that the next week some new opportunity may show up, which is great. And relating to this, also a choice, which the Fool is also often about. And they, of course, related to each other because once you have a new opportunity, you have the choice to go for it or not to go for it. Obviously. However, I think this time, especially, it's going to be important that we are going to be cautious with this choice and to make sure that we don't rush into things. The reason why I say this is that the complementary card is the 7 of Cups, which is also about choices, as you can see. This figure faces different options, not really knowing yet which one to choose. And the reason for this is that not everything is clear yet, and also that things may not be as they see. This card is also often the card of illusions, and therefore I feel here a kind of a warning that the opportunities that we are facing, the choices, again, may not be as they seem. Chances are that the coolest one, that seems to be the coolest one at first glance, turns out to be a shitty option and the other way around. So make sure that you are very alert, you make your fact check, you make sure that you get as clear about a certain situation as you can, and that you are not chasing pies in the skies or illusions. I am saying this because what turns up in the next column, which is about risks and opportunities, is reassuring this, because we have here the Devil. And the devil, as you may know, is also, amongst others, about illusion. Therefore, here I feel another warning sign that things are not as they seem. We are kind of in the darkness, not really seeing the whole picture, not really understanding what is really going on. So make sure you are aware of this, so that you don't fall into a trap and you are not opting for something that at the end of the day may suck. So this is one thing. The other thing about the devil, that he is also about traps and vicious cycles. So he may refer here to the fact as well that you may you may be stuck in a kind of a loop, being the captive of illusions again. So make sure that you check this and you ask the question, ask yourself, am I in the old story? Am I the captive of illusions? Do I really know what's going on or not, and the like. Another interesting interpretation of the devil here is the test. Because you may know he is also about temptation. He is the one who makes us think that are actually not good for us, and therefore what I feel here is that chances are that we are going to face some temptation the next week, as we have already seen here. So some choices may show up that are actually not good for us again. And this test aspect of the devil is also confirmed by the complementary minor arcana card, which is the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is, amongst others, also about test. It is often about a situation when you keep on doing something, keep on going on, and then you fail, you experience setbacks, and then you experience the next setback, and you stand up again and go on, and the next, and the next. And at the end of the day, you kind of getting exhausted, and you ask like, oh my God, seriously? And yeah, so this is often about a test of resilience and test of faith. And therefore, I think it confirms and completes the devil in a very, very interesting way. Another interesting interpretation of these two cards together is, as I have already mentioned, is being stuck in the past in a way. Because the Nine of Wands is also about old wounds. It can be that something has happened to you in the past, you got hurt, and this old wound keeps you back, it blocks you from moving on. So you are not open to new chances, you are in your cage because you are afraid that if you go out, if you move on, you will experience another setback again and the like. So make sure that you are not get stuck in the past, in the vicious cycle, but you are aware of the fact that you may get hurt still. Okay, it happens to all of us, very human. However, if you are still licking your wounds and not able to move on, then you may shut down and blocking yourself from improvement. Well, last but not least, let's take a look at the last two cards, which give us advice regarding all this. And what we have here is a beautiful card, and that is the Temperance. And I would like to show you these two cards here because they are very similar to each other. Here we see a dark angel, and here we have a healing angel who is helping us to calm down, to heal, and to get clear about what is really important for us in the long run. And this is what the Temperance is indeed about. The question, what is truly important for me in the long run? What is the thing, or what are the things and values that are really fulfilling for me because this is going to be the big question here. Another interesting invitation from this card is to be calm, be moderate, and be patient. And this moderation is going to be especially important because, as you may know, the devil is the opposite. It is about, excessing things and going to the extremes. And this card invites us to find the golden middle path, to stay with one foot on the ground with another one in the water. So doing the fact check, but also staying connected to our feelings, and again staying calm, being patient, and to let things evolve at their own pace instead of rushing into things. And this is a very interesting reassurance what we have already talked about here, because if you rush into things, you may end up with having made a bad choice. So again, we have this invitation here to go slower, to be patient, to be moderate, calm, and balanced, because this is going to be the right strategy. And as a complementary card, we have here the Seven of Cups, which is, amongst others, about disappointment. More often than not, this card is about a situation when we have invested money, energy, emotions, and etc. into something, but it hasn't fulfilled our expectations, and at some point we have to realize that it's not working for us, or it's not working anymore, and that's why it is better this time to walk away. So putting these two cards together, I would say, I see here an invitation to ask these questions: that what is important to me? In what things and projects am I ready to invest? What is going to bring me real fulfillment in the long run? And make this choice, what we have seen here with the Fool, accordingly, right? All right, now, last but not least, let's take a look at the whole constellation and very quickly recap the whole stuff. Oh, just a second. So, all right. Again, the next week, chances are that we are going to face a choice. An opportunity is going to show up. And it's going to be important to be aware that things may not seem as they are. So it may be a good idea to be patient, to be cautious, to make sure that you take your time to get clear about things, to make a reality check and the like. And it is also going to be important to check what illusions are influencing your choice and your attitude, and what kind of blockages and wounds from the past may block you in making the right choice. And last but not least, what kind of temptations are you facing, and which choice is the really good one in the long run. In figuring this out, this angel may help us a lot. He or she invites us to be moderate, balanced, and calm, and to wait a bit maybe until things get clear. And this way we can make sure that we are going to go for the right option. All right, this was my interpretation, but of course, this is just one of the many, and I am super curious about yours. Feel free to leave some comments in the comment section. Feel free to like it, to share it, and to subscribe to the channel. And now, thanks a lot for showing up. Thanks for your attention. See you next week again. Till then, take care of yourselves. Ciao.